Blackhead prevention begins with consistency, not force. Blackheads form when oil, dead skin cells, and tiny bits of everyday debris collect inside a pore, and the top of that plug darkens after exposure to air. They are not a sign that someone is dirty, and they usually do not improve when the skin is scrubbed harshly. In many cases, rough treatment only leaves the skin more irritated, more reactive, and harder to manage. A calm routine usually works better than an aggressive one. Wash the face gently in the morning and again at night with a mild cleanser and lukewarm water. Avoid very hot water, rough scrubs, harsh brushes, and the urge to attack the skin as if it were a stain that can be polished away. If makeup, sunscreen, sweat, or daily buildup is still on the skin at the end of the day, remove it properly before bed. Lightweight, water-based, or non-comedogenic products are often a better choice for skin that clogs easily, especially around the nose, chin, forehead, and jawline. Moisturizer still matters, even when skin feels oily, because skin that feels stripped and uncomfortable can become more reactive. If the skin tolerates it, salicylic acid may help loosen clogged material inside pores, and adapalene may help keep pores from becoming blocked over time. The important thing is to start slowly and stay steady instead of trying too much too fast. Squeezing blackheads with fingernails or tools may feel productive for a moment, but it often leads to irritation, lingering marks, and a cycle of touching the face that creates more trouble than progress. Hair oils, pomades, and heavy styling products can also quietly contribute to clogged pores around the forehead and temples, so it helps to keep those products away from facial skin whenever possible. Pillowcases, hats, and phone screens do not need to become a source of anxiety, but keeping them reasonably clean supports a better environment for the skin. Prevention is not about perfection. It is about making pores less likely to clog, keeping the skin barrier calmer, and choosing a routine gentle enough to keep doing for months. And now, with that practical skin advice folded away neatly, like a clean towel in a bathroom cabinet, let us move into the longer, warmer, stranger, and much more cheerful part of the afternoon, where instead of cleansers, cotton pads, and magnifying mirrors, we find ourselves in a small American town full of folding chairs, thrift store trophies, church coffee, raffle slips, pie plates, cardigans, and one retired gentleman who accidentally becomes the most talked about man at the annual Senior Center Talent and Trivia Day. In the town of Ash Hollow, Kentucky, 76-year-old Leonard Pike believed there were only a few reliable pillars left in the world: fresh coffee, correct lids for leftovers, weather forecasts without dramatics, and the legal right to leave any social event before the raffle if the folding chairs were cruel. Leonard had retired from the county tax and records office after 43 years of ledgers, forms, property maps, and the exhausting skill of saying no in a polite voice to people who thought volume could replace documentation. He liked order. He liked quiet. He liked a garage where the screwdrivers stood where they belonged, and a kitchen where every mug had earned its shelf. His wife, Bonnie, had died 6 years earlier. Since then, he had built his days with the careful precision of a man who knew that routine could hold loneliness together the way stitching holds a shirt. Coffee at 6. Newspaper at 6:15. Toast at 7. A short walk after breakfast if the weather was not feeling theatrical. Lunch at noon. A nap at 1:30, which he called horizontal judgment. Supper at 5:30. Dishes at 6. Porch by 6:30. Bed by 10. It was a decent life. Quiet, respectable, understandable. Yet some evenings, especially in late autumn, when the daylight thinned too quickly and the house seemed slightly too aware of itself, the quiet pressed harder than he liked. The main threat to that peace was his longtime neighbor, Mavis Jean Cooper. Mavis Jean was 72, cheerful, energetic, and powered by enough volunteer spirit to start small weather systems. She wore bright sweaters, practical shoes, and reading glasses on a chain that made her look permanently ready to relabel a dessert table, rewrite a sign-up sheet, and recruit a helper before that helper had realized conversation had become labor. She chaired the Senior Center Activity Board, helped with church meal trains, ran the library donation bin, and believed with total sincerity that every retired person in Ash Hollow had a hidden gift for community service, especially the ones showing clear signs of resistance. On a windy Thursday morning in November, Leonard was sitting on his porch with a mug of coffee and half a slice of spice loaf when Mavis Jean came up the walkway, carrying a covered casserole dish and a thick green folder. Leonard took one look and said, "No." Mavis Jean stopped at the bottom step. "You have not even heard the request. You have paperwork. I also have chicken and rice casserole. That makes the paperwork more dangerous. It means I came prepared." "For what?" "For refusal." Leonard leaned back in his chair. "Then at least one of us has a realistic understanding of this morning." She came up the steps anyway, set the casserole on the side table, and sat down without invitation. "The Senior Center's Harvest Happiness Day has a problem," she said. Leonard closed his eyes for one brief second. Harvest Happiness Day was the annual town event involving trivia, music, raffles, cake, hand-painted signs, and enough folding chairs to seat either a church luncheon or a medium-sized grievance. "What sort of problem?" he asked. The MC canceled. "Why? His granddaughter has a piano recital in Lexington." "That sounds legitimate." He also said he was not really a microphone person. Leonard nodded. "That sounds wise." Mavis Jean ignored him. "So naturally I thought of you." "Why would you do that?" "Because you speak clearly, people trust you, and you are funny." He stared at her. "I am not funny. You are after 70. Dry counts. I worked in county records. You spent 40 years correcting other people's nonsense in full sentences. That is practically performance." "That is not performance. That is paperwork with consequences. You do not need to perform. Just welcome people, introduce the acts, call the trivia rounds, and keep the day moving." "That sounds like labor in a festive setting." "That sounds like community." "That sounds like trouble with baked goods." She smiled. "You'll be good. I'll be reluctant." "That is not a talent." "It should be." She tapped the folder. "I may already have written your name in pencil." Leonard looked at the casserole. "You volunteered me before asking?" "In pencil," she said. "I'm not reckless." "No," he replied. "Just efficient in a way that weakens public trust. The event is Saturday at 1, and if I refuse, I'll tell everyone you were intimidated by a microphone and decorative hay." Those are not equal threats. Together, they are a believable story. So that was how Leonard Pike, retired clerk and defender of quiet weekends, became the emergency host of Ash Hollow Senior Center's Harvest Happiness Day. For the next 2 days, he prepared as if he were mediating between hostile pie provinces. He found his brown blazer, the one reserved for funerals, anniversary dinners, and restaurants where napkins arrived folded like architecture. He polished his loafers. He wrote note cards. Then he rewrote them. Then he made backup note cards because the first set looked, in his opinion, too optimistic for public use. On Friday morning, his daughter Rebecca called from Louisville. "Dad," Mavis Jean told Mrs. Dalton. Mrs. Dalton told Aunt Vera, and Aunt Vera told me you're hosting the Senior Center event. Mavis Jean should not have access to communications infrastructure, Leonard said. Rebecca laughed. "You'll do great. I have 6 note cards. That means you care. I have backup note cards. That means you are trapped and pretending it is professionalism. I also reviewed the trivia categories. That means you're over-prepared. That means I would like sympathy instead of analysis. Saturday arrived bright and chilly. The senior center hall had been decorated in what Mavis Jean clearly considered rustic elegance, and what Leonard privately thought of as autumn under committee pressure. Orange tablecloths covered every round table. Mason jars with battery candles sat beside miniature pumpkins, fake leaves, and bowls of wrapped peppermints. Along the back wall stretched the refreshments table, carrying brownies, lemon bars, pie, coffee, tea, punch, and a line of casseroles that looked as if they had been baked by women who had never once apologized for seasoning. Retirees in cardigans and sport coats filled the folding chairs with paper cups and immediate opinions. Two widowers by the coffee urn were discussing cholesterol medication with the seriousness of a farm report. Three women near the dessert table had already begun quietly ranking the pies by crust, confidence, and moral texture. Mavis Jean met Leonard near the front. "You're late. I'm 9 minutes early." "That's socially late." "That is mathematically false. You look distinguished." "You look operational." "That's because I'm prepared." "That is exactly what concerns me." She handed him the microphone and a schedule card. "Welcome, team trivia, talent corner, refreshments, raffle, closing." He looked down. "Team trivia is the main event?" "Of course. It's delightful. It is competitive memory with refreshments." "Exactly."